If you ever asked yourself how does the chemical reactions in the body happen fast, you came to the right place for an answer. In this 8 to 10 minute video, we will explain how enzymes work. Here are our objectives. We will explain what enzymes are, what role do they play in organisms, the enzyme substrate complex, and the regulation of enzyme activity by the body. At the end of the presentation, you should be able to answer the following questions. What are enzymes? What role do they play in organisms? What is the enzyme substrate complex and how are the enzymes regulated? Let me first explain what an enzyme is. An enzyme is a substance that is produced by a living organism that reacts as a catalyst for a specific reaction. Another question may not or may arise. How does catalysts work? Well, catalysts work by lowering the activation energy that a reaction needs to happen. Then a third question comes to mind. What is activation energy? Activation energy is a term used to describe the energy needed for a reaction to occur. In the Venn diagram on the right, you see the effect of enzymes with relation to the activation energy level. As the viewer can observe, the reaction pathways arc is smaller when using an enzyme. Here is an example. Carbon dioxide reacts with water to form carbonic acid. This reaction is needed in the human body. In this way, we remove carbon dioxide waste from our bodies. The problem is that without a catalyst, this reaction would happen really slow, and carbon dioxide may build up into the body. This is why there is a catalyst for this very reaction, carbonic anhydrase. Carbonic anhydrase speeds up the reaction by 10 million times. Now, this is all really good, but how do enzymes work? For a reaction to take place, the reactants should collide with enough energy so that the existing bonds will be broken and the new bonds will be formed. Enzymes are the place where the reactants are brought together to react. Enzymes lower the activation energy level for the reactants and speed up the reaction. Reactants are also called substrates. The enzyme-substrate complex is the stage of the reaction when both of the reactants are brought up inside the enzyme. Reactions in the human body happen when they need to happen, under certain circumstances. Enzymes are also used for that. They can be affected by temperature, pH level, and regulatory molecules. For example, the stomach enzyme pepsin works best under acidic conditions. Most enzymes are triggered by certain molecules. In a sense, enzymes can be turned on or off with chemical signals.
So what is their role? They regulate every part and process in the body. This includes tissues, bones, muscles, organs, cells, and even whole organ systems. They are catalysts, which means that they are not altered by the reaction. Therefore, they can be reused. Each specific enzyme can only work for one specific reaction. Additionally, they don't cause reactions, they only speed them up. In fact, they speed up all metabolic reactions. Without them, those reactions would be too slow and would not be able to sustain the body. Metabolic reactions are reactions that control metabolism, including consumption and elimination of nutrients and overall sustaining of life. There are 55,000 to 70,000 types of enzymes in our bodies. One example that we will discuss in detail later is pepsin. Pepsin breaks down proteins in the stomach. So, first it was discovered by Theodor Schwann in 1836. He discovered that pepsinogen is stored in the glands in the mucous membrane lining of the stomach. Gastrin and secretin stimulate the release of pepsinogen into the stomach. Here is the reaction. Pepsinogen combines with hydrochloric acid and forms pepsin. Pepsin's greatest digestive power is when the environment has pH between 1.5 and 2.5. The gastric acids that are formed in the reaction are later neutralized in the intestine. Pepsin only affects partial degradation of proteins into peptides. Those peptides are absorbed from the intestine into the bloodstream or are broken down further by pancreatic enzymes. Pepsin passes into the bloodstream and then breaks down larger, partially undigested fragments of proteins. Now here are some problems that can be caused. First of all, backflow of pepsin or any other acid into the esophagus can cause reflux conditions. Also, they can cause damage to the laryngeal mucosa, causing hoarseness, chronic cough, and other diseases. Pepsin is usually prepared from swine stomachs. Its main uses are in the leather industry to remove hair or residual tissue. It is also used in the recovery of silver from discarded photographic films. And now the questions. Number 1. What are enzymes? Number 2. How do enzymes work? Number 3. How is enzyme activity regulated? Number 4. What part of the metabolism does pepsin control? Number 5. What does pepsin do? Number 6. What are possible disorders caused by it? Thank you for the attention.